Hello, how y'all been doing? I hope that y'all been having a great day. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about let's see, The Chosen season 1, episode 4, The Rock on which it was built. But I would like to remind y'all that today we're also doing Genesis 3:1, where we talk about it and we call it a biblical podcast. The full title of it is Biblical Podcast, November 11, 2002, Genesis 3:1. And the reason why y'all see done by it is because I've already uploaded it. And tomorrow we're doing a Let's Play of Star Trek Fleet Command. And I've already uploaded that. That's why you see done. It's not because you've already watched it somehow bad or something like that. Yeah, so to me, the episode deals with putting our faith in God, especially at the very end. Because sometimes we don't believe it, God can do things. Sometimes it's hard for us to understand, what we're, like a way out of a problem, and sometimes God provides the answer. God loves you, no matter what. He loves you. And listen, no matter how bad the situation is, no matter how bad things get, there's a God out there that loves you. And listen, if you are struggling with a situation that is just, you don't know what to do, contact a local pastor and a therapist. And why do I recommend both? Well, a pastor will give you a biblical point of view, and a therapist will give you more of a psychological point of view. So I recommend both. Um, yeah, so, why don't we start off with some miracles that have happened in my life? Now, whenever I was little, I said this a million times. Well, there's a few things I've said a million times. But whenever I was little, I guess it was a dream, where I was surrounded by darkness, and God told me He wanted me to be a pastor. But as the years went on, that memory began to fade away. And a friend of mine told me that God told him that God wanted me to be a pastor, and that I should be ordained by my church. Well, guess what? God's house is kind of like that. It might not be a building per se, but it is a community of people who've come together who want to worship and share the gospel. And times can be hard, it can be challenging, but we need each other. We really do. We really need each other. Really do. And listen, um, this video might be coming out kind of late because we've been having some problems with our internet. Yeah, it's been horrible. Yeah. So, like for example, let's see, what was it? It was a Star Trek Fleet Command one. It took me about two, let me go by hours. About 10 hours to do to upload, and it's not, it's just in HD, and it's not full HD. It's in HD. And it's about an hour long. I know I have timers set for my videos because I can ramble on and on and on, and some people really need to like get a message because they don't have time for me rambling on and on. But anyway, in the episode, to me, the last few minutes are the most interesting because it's about this person who's fishing and they haven't caught anything or they haven't caught much, but God told them, hey, throw your net on this side of the water, and he did, and he caught a bunch. And I know I said that this is I just had a little call, but anyway, yeah. So God loves us, no matter what we did wrong, no matter who we wronged. He loves us, and He understands that we'll make mistakes, and sometimes we don't put our full trust in Him, and we go our own way, and some horrible thing happens. Like we try to do it on our own, and it's just horrible. Like for example, let's say I'm an alcoholic and I try to quit on my own, and it's hard. But to me, being around people, going to church, we're all sinners, all of us, except for Jesus. Um, we're all sinners. Yeah, so sorry about that little phone call. And sometimes we don't fully trust God. Whenever God's saying, "Look, put your faith in me and let me help you." That's what they did. In that episode of The Chosen. By the way, we're only talking about it. I won't be showing any clips. I was kind of late to tell y'all that, but we're talking about season 1, episode 4, the rock on which it was built. Yeah. I couldn't spell that. Oh well. I'm not a good speller. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so, yeah, so we need to put our faith in God in whatever we do. Let's say a prayer right quick. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you. I know that I'm not perfect. I really need your help, Father, with dealing with whatever it is I'm going through. Father, you know that what we're going through is some of our own fault. And you know that we're messed up. And Father, you know that sometimes it's not even our fault what we're going through. But I pray that you help us. In your precious holy name, amen. Yeah, so, we need to turn to this God. And the little things make a huge difference. I always say this, sometimes the nicest word you can say to somebody is, "How was your day?" Because to me that shows that you care for them, that you love them. Or how was their week? Or how was their weekend? Or something like that. Really shows that you care for them and you love them. And you can call people too and tell them and pray for them. Just trying to. I know isolation can be a good thing sometimes. Sometimes we need time just to cool down. But some of us use that in because we're scared or because we want to push people out of our lives. But guess what? Those people that want to be pushed out of our lives, some of them might help us deal with things. Some of them might be our family members. Some of them might be our friends, might become our friends. Some of them might have just made some bad mistakes and said the wrong words. Like me, for instance, I know I said the wrong words plenty of times. I know I did. I hope that God forgives me. And listen, if you want to chill out, I recommend you do this. You put on, if you have it, Paramount Plus, and you put on Touched by an Angel. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you'll have Amazon Prime Video. So put that on and put on The Chosen. And both of them are TV shows. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said this, but whenever you put on Prime, sorry, Paramount Plus, Don't Touch by an Angel. And this isn't scripted, that's why I'm stumbling a lot. But anyway, Don't Touch by an Angel, and what Touch by an Angel is a series about angels that go and help people. And The Chosen, if you have an Amazon Prime Video, is it, it is, let me see, it's basically a story about the Bible. It starts with, in the New Testament. Yeah. And I really like it so far. It's just, I can't really talk much about it because they're still making episodes. And it's not, like some of them are like just little short stories from the Bible. Yeah. I put it on a timer. I put it down. I might put it on my screen later on. I got two screens. Yeah, I heard a little bit of that conversation, no? Yeah, yeah, so God's just been really working wonders in my life. Like for example, I lost some keys earlier, and they ended up in a place where I'm not sure how. Well, I think I might know how they got there, but I'm not sure. I think I was able to find them though. And I pray. I thank God that I still have it and that it's still somehow running. Because for those of you who don't know, I stay on the internet a lot, and I know I shouldn't. Well, there are some things I should do on the internet, some things I shouldn't. And I'm not talking about like just adult things. I'm talking about like watching an old video game or watching something that. Well, let me put it to you like this: watching something that's against God and something that is against the Bible. Yeah, something that's against the Bible would be something that's against God too, but yeah, this isn't scripted. Sometimes, like I might remember certain things, and I would be like, "Oh, that's important," and I might put that in my head to say, "Hey, this is important." Also, I'm sorry if the Touch My Angel episodes have been out of order. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I just need to skip around because I'm on a season where I did some videos way earlier before I found out that it was on Paramount Plus. Yeah, like out of order. Yeah, yeah. And I'm very sorry if I misguide people or if I misinterpret scripture. Because those are sins. Those are pretty serious sins right now. Especially if you're doing it knowing that it's wrong or knowing that you're taking things out of context because you want it to fit your point of view or you don't want you want it to prove that you're right and somebody else is wrong about certain things whenever you're not reading the entire scripture and what it has to say. 'Cause, yeah, that's a very serious sin. Mis taking scripture out of context and using it for your own personal gain, that's a very, very serious sin. Yeah. Hey, well, I'm back. Um, I would just like to remind y'all to just pray for one another because we all need it. And we all need to pray for guidance every now and then. Because sometimes we don't know what the right answer is. Or sometimes we might have to make a hard choice. Like, for example, some people, I don't know if y'all heard the Dolly saying or whatever you want to call it, but it's like they got this, I want to say it's a train, but they got this train. It can go it can go two ways, but both ways have people tied up on there, and one way has like your best friend or maybe your parent that you love, and on the other side they have like 4 or 5 people who you don't know, and which one do you choose? That can be a hard choice. It's like you have to divert the train. It can be a hard choice. And sometimes there is no right or wrong answer. Sometimes it's just horrible, no matter how you look at it. But what we need to do is we need to pray to God and ask God for His guidance and for His advice in our situation. And for those of you who want to, you can pause the video right now and pray for that. Yeah, so, we all need each other. All of us. We all need each other. All of us. Like this, some people can be kind-hearted, some people can be hard, some people can make others suffer, some people can do horrible things, but people can also do nice things for one another. Like for example, I was calling a family member of mine. I'm sorry, I forgot to stop the time on here. Is that stop the time? Yeah. Delete that one. Just have to keep an eye on the timer right there. So yeah, a lot of us make mistakes. We need God's guidance sometimes. Sometimes we want to help somebody, but we don't know what to do or how to do it. I'm doing a video, Daddy. Alright. Have a blessed day. Yeah, that's my daddy. I need to put up a little sign that lights up and says I'm live or something like that. Yeah, so as Christians, we need to start putting God first more and more in our lives. That's what I find, that we need to start putting God first more and more. We need to put God first. Because we can do all of these sinful things, but one thing that we shouldn't do is we shouldn't turn away from God. And to me, these sinful things causes us to turn away from God. Or sometimes we do. It's not. It's not. It's not just the simple things. It's the temptation and the action behind it. You don't know. I was hacked a while back. I pray for the hackers that they might find work. Doing something else. Something that's awful. Like maybe a white hat hacker. And for those of you who don't know, you have two kinds of hackers: a white hat hacker and a black hat hacker. And what do I mean by a white hat hacker? I mean that like somebody who is in charge of like security and maintaining and making sure that personal information doesn't get leaked. They're constantly trying to find holes in security programs. That way, no information gets leaked. And black hat hackers are the complete opposite. They're the ones that you normally hear of on the news. We need to pray for one another. We need each other. We do. We really do. We really need each other. Oh, and, for those of us who are scared that we might lose, for those of us who how should I put this? Who haven't try not to, make try not to be paranoid. Try to just be calm. And if you, I know that the situation's gonna be difficult, especially if you lost some money or if you lost, like, they got hold to, like, your financial, things like your bank account or something like that. But listen, God loves people. He does. And if you're a hacker, you pray, I pray that God forgives you. I pray that your skills can be used elsewhere. Because if you're a hacker, if you're good at it, then you must have good computer skills. So maybe you could do something else. Like maybe you can make semiconductors, which for those of you who don't know, we are, I don't know if the shortage is still going on, but last month, we had a semiconductor shortage, which let me go over what that is. That's well, my understanding. That's it goes into every kind of electronic device. So from smartphones to toasters, we all need it. And there's a shortage, and I'm not sure if the shortage is over with or not. I heard that the shortage will end in 2023. So prices for PCs might be kind of high until then. And also, please keep me in your prayers. I plan on upgrading my computer probably in the next 5 or 6 months. I had this thing for a while. Probably like 3 or 4 months. Probably not that long. I had this thing for a while and it's done wonders for me. Yeah, also pray that y'all keep, that y'all pray for one another. That sounds weird. Praying for somebody that praying for one another. That sounds weird. But if you pray for somebody else, that shows God that you really love them, that you really care for them, that you really want to understand them, that you really want to get to know them, that you really want to get to love them, or that you love them already, or that you already care for them, or things like that. But listen, we've had so many deaths lately, so many accidents, so much violence, so many violent protests. Listen, there is a way to peacefully disagree with somebody. In fact, I believe that there are always ways to peacefully disagree with somebody. But if somebody wants to resort to violence to get their point across, that's not going to help things. That's going to just make things worse. And that might kill people, that might harm people. And then they're going to be held responsible for that. If you want to protest, I encourage y'all to do it peacefully. I know that with the election, some people might be mad because their candidate might have lost or something like that. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, I need to get some water. My mouth gets kind of dry sometimes. So I was saying that there are peaceful ways to protest. We don't always have to break things, don't always have to harm people, don't always have to drain people, don't always have to kill people. We can do it peacefully. Yeah, we can. I am just way off subject, but I don't really have much to talk about the episode because it it's just it's just like a little short story. Well, that's what it is, a little short story. And I did kind of spoil it for some of y'all. Yeah. Maybe I should put spoiler warning. Maybe I should get a little animation that says spoiler warning. But I just don't have the money for any software right now. I'm using some free software. I'm using OBS to record. And I'm using iMovie to edit. Well, why don't you just record it then upload it? And to that I say, sometimes there are things I want to take out of the recording. Like let's say somebody says something that I want to take out, I can do that without starting the recording over again. Sometimes I can. Not often, but sometimes. Yeah. Also, please keep me in your prayers. I have Tourette syndrome, which means that I have random uncontrolled muscle movements, uncontrolled body movements. And sometimes I might do like this, or I used to do like this, or sometimes um, I might say something, not something bad, just something that's on my mind, something that, well, not necessarily something bad. It can be, but it's not necessarily. It could be something I'm worried about, or something like that. For those of you who don't know, me personally, I'm 28. My birthday's coming up. It's gonna be in November. And I'm probably gonna be doing a video on my birthday. I don't know I don't know. I'll have to look at the calendar. Yeah, cool. Um. So yeah. So why don't we just take the time out of our day just to worship and honor God? Just take as many minutes as you can. Some of us can take 5, some of us can take 15, some of us can only take 1, some of us can take, you know, just whatever you do, honor God. Remember this, faith without works is meaningless. What does that mean? That means that no matter how good we do something, if it's not doing it to honor God and to maybe help others, we're doing it all for the wrong reason. Like, you can, we need to, honor and glorify God, and we need to help out one another. There's I think it was Winston Churchill who said, I don't want to be an emperor, I don't want to rule or conquer anybody, I should like to help everybody if necessary. Human beings are like that, yeah. A lot of us want to help out one another. But some of us are messed up in the head. Some of us have, are going through difficult circumstances where we might have been forced, or it seemed like we was forced to steal or kill or something. But listen, Don't do that. There are always ways around that. If you, unless you know, you in the military or you defending yourself. Army or Navy or whatever branch of the military you want. Yeah, you defending your country. That's honorable. In fact, I would like to take the time and say thank y'all to all of those who served uh, in the army and military. You know, it can be a brave thing. It can be a brave thing. Listen, some of us think that we're not, like, we compare ourselves to others, and we find that we're not as good as they are. And some of us try to do our best and try to be better than them, but we can never reach up to them. And some of us get depressed. Some of us think that we're worthless. Some of us think that um, we don't know what we're talking about. But listen, I've been there. Whenever we adopted a brother of mine, I compared myself to him and I fell short. In my mind, I fell short. But it took me some time to understand that I fell short in some areas, but he fell short. Whenever compared to me in others. Cause I wanted to tell y'all this. I used to be in special ed because I have a learning disability, but I try not to let that hold me back. I try to understand things. I try to get to you know, I still try my best. And look at what I've accomplished. I mean, I'm doing videos live on YouTube. I know how to work the computer, to certain degrees. I, I got two TVs hooked up to the same computer, which some people might say that that's weird. Uh, but let's talk about some of the things that I'm still struggling with. I still live with my mom and dad. Maybe one day I'll move out, but right now I just can't afford it. And if something were to happen to me with my Tourette's, at least they will be around, hopefully. That's somebody will notice. Um, and if something were to happen to my family, I pray that to my mom and dad, I pray that I'll be taken care of. Also, praise reports. My mom is still working. She works at the Y in V Dream, Y Light Stop in V Dream. She works over there, and she seems to like it. And my dad, he's slowly healing from his surgery. He had triple heart. He had heart surgery. And my one of my sisters is working. And she, that they all have incomes. Cause it'd be hard to I wouldn't let them like go out on the streets or anything. And please keep all my family in your prayers. Like I said earlier, we're just going through so much right now. And please keep my church family in your prayers too. Treat me better than my regular family. And I can talk to, and some of my regular family I can't. Yeah. And y'all can see, my dad comes and checks up on me every now and then, and I check up on him. So we need one another. Sometimes we need somebody to talk to. Sometimes we need somebody that we can rely on with sensitive information. And listen, if y'all are having thoughts about doing the unthinkable, stop the video right now. Call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline and to and also contact the local pastor or minister or whoever is the head of the church. Yeah, just talk to people about it. Don't let it bottle up. Because if you keep on, because if you let it bottle up, then one day it's gonna explode, and then you're gonna do something you're gonna regret. Yeah. So just keep people in your others in your prayers, especially those of us who are currently in jail and prison, because sometimes we might have seemed like the right choice to do, but we messed up, or sometimes we might have been drinking and driving, or sometimes we might have been drinking so much where we passed the legal limit because we're depressed. And listen, for those of us who struggle with that, I pray that God guides y'all like He's guided me. No, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to say that I am perfect. But I'm trying to say that there is a God out there that loves you. And sometimes we need to put our faith in Him like they did in the episode. They put faith in God, in Jesus. And they got a whole bunch of fish. But then I really didn't want to do it. I'm sorry. But I don't know. Rewatch the episode again, I guess. But what I can remember is that they caught a bunch of fish, or he caught a bunch of fish whenever he thought that all hope was lost. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing next month. I'll come up with that later on. It'll probably be a Touch My Angel episode because they have plenty of those, and they don't have that many. Well, they do have a little bit, but not as many episodes of The Chosen because they're still making new episodes. But yeah, Jesus loves you. It's like that old song goes, Jesus loves me. This I know. I'm gonna stop right there before I get copyrighted. Yeah, that's also the reason why I don't why I don't why I don't show scenes from the movies with TV shows because it could get copyrighted. And I really don't want to strike on my channel. And I didn't put the entire episode on there because then people are like, why should I pay for Paramount Plus or Amazon Prime or whatever whenever I can watch it for free on YouTube? Yeah, anything. With certain TV series, with certain and sometimes you just want to watch like our favorite part of an episode that I can understand. But as for watching the entire episode for free, unless maybe somehow it's in public domain, but unless or maybe sometimes ads pop up that the company that made the thing can make a little bit of money off of it. Yeah, yeah. So, just please keep people in your prayers. Please keep my family in your prayers too, and other families around the world, and even your own family. Because these days, we're all being affected by, uh, a lot of us are being affected by like higher gas prices, higher electricity costs. Some of us are freezing because we don't have no power, especially if you live in Ukraine. Ukraine is going through so much trouble right now. You need to keep them in your prayers. Also, please keep the people that are fighting in both militaries in your prayers because some of them are doing it against their will. And, you I pray that God forgives them for killing and damaging the infrastructure of one another. I hope that nukes haven't been used or will never be used in that war. Yeah, so I just hope that God continues to guide and help all the sinners out there, which is all of us. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, all of us, and that includes me. That includes me. No, I'm sorry, it's just these headphones. I prefer them because I don't want a microphone, because if I grab it, for whatever reason, pull it, I don't want my entire computer to fall, whereas these, for me to grab them, I would actually, it take more, I could damage them, but I wouldn't be damaging my computer, hopefully. Yeah. So, if y'all have any prayer requests, y'all don't have to put it in the comments. Y'all can text message me. My phone number's in the description. I urge y'all to text me, don't call me because I probably won't answer. I probably will block the number. So text me. Y'all can comment if y'all want to in a video or on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever. But the ones I go on mostly is YouTube. A lot, like 90% of the time. In Facebook about 7 or 8% of the time. In Twitter we do remaining. Yeah, you can find some good stuff on YouTube. And listen, thank y'all for watching this far. Thank y'all for putting God's will before your own. Just thank y'all for that. I pray that God continues to bless y'all and that He continues to work miracles through y'all. His holiness, Lord Almighty, that His will be done on earth. Amen. Yeah, so, and listen, for those of you who can't go to church, God understands that. But for those of you who can and choose not to, well, that's a sin. And sometimes we live in areas where we might not have any churches for a while, for many miles. And sometimes God's call upon us to start a church, to start a ministry, to start sharing the word of God. What did God? One of the last things He told the disciples is to go forth and spread the gospel to the ends of the earth. That's what I remember anyway. We can do as Christians. And we can do it by sharing this video. We can do it by telling somebody, hey, how you been lately? I hope that God blesses you. Things like that. We can do those things. And listen, sometimes some of us have gifts that others don't have. Like for instance, me is editing and doing videos. Others it might be art. Others it might be music. Like some kind of musical instrument, or maybe we can sing good. Whatever your talent is, do it to serve God and glorify Him. Because we can do it for all the wrong reasons. We can do it for the money. We can do it for all of this negative stuff. We can do it for all of this negativity. But listen, we need to put our gifts that God's given us to work for Him. Because like I said earlier, work without faith is meaningless. So no matter how good you paint something, no matter how many albums you sell with your music, no matter how many views you get on YouTube, it's meaningless unless it's used to glorify and honor God. And some people might say it's okay to have multiple religions. It's okay to believe in like Islam and Christianity. When God says no, it's not okay. He says worshiping false idols that's a sin. And he says that very seriously. Very seriously. Takes that. Takes that very seriously. There's an old Star Trek line that says this: "Make now the most important moment of your life, because now will never come again." Basically, don't waste time. Yeah, and sometimes we're waiting for things to do. Like for instance, I was waiting uh for my video to upload, and there's a difference between wasting time for something to do and just outright wasting time because you don't want to serve an honor God. And we're approaching the 50-minute mark, which means that we've almost done. We're almost at 1 hour. So yeah, so thank y'all for watching this far. I want to tell y'all a story. Okay, so they had this nurse who had this family member who had something bad happen to her, and I prayed for her. Well, I saw the nurse later on, and she told me thank you because who I prayed for was doing a lot better. And the reason why I prayed for that nurse is well, prayed for whoever was related to that nurse because I could tell the nurse was devastated and she was crying. And you see, even a patient can help out a nurse. A sinner can help out a saved person. Which we're all sinners, but some of us consider some of us have been born again. Which what does that mean? Well, that means that we've been baptized. And what a lot of people are like, what's baptism? Well, baptism is you publicly showing to uh, showing to your church and your friends and your family members, if you can, to any of them, that you want to honor and serve God and you follow His ways and not your own. I just pray that God uses me to and these videos to reach people in His name because I can't do it alone. I can't. I can't do it alone. And already it was a miracle, and I almost messed up my computer badly by deleting something I shouldn't have deleted. Because somebody was using my computer for inappropriate stuff. And yeah. It's easy at first, because like I said, with hackers, I get worried about that sometimes. But listen, I need to put God first in my life and let Him help, let Him deal with that. Because, me, that's a recent issue for those of us, for those of you who do something else. Like, it doesn't have to be just hacking, it could be like drug addiction or alcoholism. Sometimes we need to turn towards God and ask Him for forgiveness. Some of us waste money on things that we should waste money on whenever that money could go to charity, can go to helping out others, can go to helping out some of our own family members. But be careful with the money that you give out because sometimes people use that money for drugs. Sometimes people use that money for sinful things. Sometimes people use that money in ungodly ways, sinful ways. But sometimes they do the right thing. But listen, here's what I urge you to do. If you can do this, there's an old Bible saying that I believe that applies to this. If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man two fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So what does that mean? That means that we need to give people the skills to help themselves if we can. Maybe teach them something that maybe like they weren't taught in school, or maybe they just need some help. Uh, Let me tell you a story. This has almost nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I don't know why, but I feel like to say. So there was this cop who saw this homeless man, and this homeless man spoke, and this cop said, "Can you say this?" And he said that, and the cop realized that that homeless man was a man that used to be on a radio talk show, and he drove the man over there to where talk show was broadcasting from, and they accepted him back. And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that second chance. Sometimes we need that guidance, that understanding. Sometimes we need that. I guess accepting him back. I don't really know the whole story. I don't know the radio talk show's host. It could be a lie. For all I know. But I heard that second. I heard that from somebody else. Yeah, that's the top off from the homeless man but for somebody else. That's where God comes in. That whenever we feel like there's no hope, a lot of times He'll come in and be like, "Yes, there is. Trust in Me. Follow My ways. I will bless you." And some people might say, "You need to give 10% of your income to the church." To me, that's not true. To me, you need to give what you can to the church, whether that be money, time, or both. The church needs to be dusted, and they don't have nobody, and you can't afford to pay. You can't afford to pay 10% of your income because your family would be starving. But you have enough time to go and dust the church. And sometimes, like at my church, we have an some call it dinner all around. Some call it eating meat. What is that? That's whenever different people from the church cook and or buy something that's already cooked, and we get together and we just have fun and chat back and forth. And sometimes there might be a little Bible message here and there. Well, listen, before I go, I'd like to say this. Please keep the one. Please keep the ones that lost loved ones in your prayers. This is a hard time with the holidays here. And, this might be like I know Christmas is coming up. It might be our first Christmas without such and such, or it might be our 50th Christmas without such and such. But we still love them and miss them. And it's so sad, so very, very sad what's going on in this world. I mean, we're losing people due to viruses, due to wars, due to famines, due to neglect, due to drugs, due to depression. So we're losing a lot of people. Uh, yeah, especially depression. Especially depression. Anyway, that's about time, guys. I gotta go. Bye. Hello, everybody. This has been a Major God's House production, and I would like to remind y'all that we do have a Patreon page. Now, for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, or if I haven't gone over it in a video, Patreon is a monthly subscription service that you can use to donate money to your favorite organization, charity, church, whatever. Anyway, we start at $3 a month. Now, I understand that not all of us can afford $3 a month. But that's what we start off at. Then it goes to $9 a month. That's even less of us can afford that. Then it's $25 a month. And the reason why I have $25 a month is because I like to have a more expensive option out there for those of us who have the income. Yeah, so this is God's House's Facebook. If y'all want to follow us on there, y'all can do it. The link's in the description. This is our YouTube channel. This is where we mainly do most of our content. And the reason for that is because I go on YouTube a lot, so I naturally do most of my content on YouTube. And this is our Twitter page. Now, our Twitter page is probably the one I use the least, but y'all can follow me on there and y'all can get up-to-date videos about what I think is important. Like, for example, I recently shared a video about a school shooting that took place in Texas and about gun laws. And I don't always necessarily support their beliefs, but I support their ideas of some people. If that makes any sense. Anyway, bye guys.